right, welcome back. And today we're going to learn about mandalas. Now this right here is a mandala. A mandala is a series of shapes and designs that grow all the way out to the edge of the paper, and they are usually symmetrical, which means that they're the same on both sides. And if you turn it around, you can see that it's very similar all the way around. And so today I'm going to show you how to get started. Okay, the very first thing you're going to need is a piece of paper. Now, you can use any size paper that you want to. Mandalas can get a little more difficult as the paper gets smaller. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I have a square piece of paper. Now you can use a rectangle, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a little bit harder to get a symmetrical mandala if you have an asymmetrical piece of paper. Okay, so here I go. I'm gonna actually make a square. And the way I do this is I take one corner of my paper and I stretch it across to the other side of the paper, just like this. And I'm gonna kind of match the corner up, and I'm gonna match the corner up on the edge right here. Make sure you guys can see this. This is very similar if you're making a cootie catcher or a paper airplane. You just want to make sure that you match all of your edges up just like that. And I'm going to kind of put a crease in it like this. Now you don't need to have scissors, but if you do have them, this is where you can cut off this edge right here to get your exact square. Or if you don't have one, you can simply flip it over and bend the edge just like this, just like that, and really crease that edge. I'm using my fingernail, but if you need to, you can use a pen or a pencil and really push all the way down. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over again, stretch that edge out and flip it over and really press that edge just like this. Okay, what this does is it presses that paper in a way that you can now start tearing it quite easily. Now I like to put my hand here and really pull this way and press down here. And if this happens right here, not to worry, we can go back later and fix it. Okay, and you can easily just take this and tear it just like that. Okay, just like that. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Here we go. I'm going to open up my piece of paper, and now I have an exact square. Now what I want to do is find the center of my paper. And the way I do that is, see how this has a crease right here? I'm going to take it and crease it again, matching corner to corner. Getting a crease here. And I'm going to open it up. Now I already know now where my center of the paper is. But what I want to do now is mandalas, I'm going to be placing different shapes and designs on all of my lines. And so I want to make sure I get a few more lines in here so I have what we call guiding lines. All right, now I'm going to fold my paper again all the way across, matching my edges as best I can. Creasing it, pushing it. You can still see that center is still there. Turning it again. And now when I open my paper, you can actually see the center here, and you can see all of my guiding lines. Now when I start a mandala, I like to start with a circle. Okay, you don't have to. You can actually start with any shape you want to. I am actually using my chapstick, but you can find any kind of lid or bottle cap that you want to, and make sure that you put it in the center. So you want to make sure that you're really looking over it and you can find center. I'm going to hold it down. Now I'm going to use Sharpie, but you can use pencil first if you want to, and then just go over your Sharpie lines later. To make sure I've got it pretty center. And here I go. I'm going to trace around, taking my time, trying my best. Okay, and if you didn't get it quite in the center, that's fine. This, you guys can try it again and again. Okay. Now, what I need to do next is choose a shape. I can choose any kind of shapes that I want to. And in fact, what I recommend, especially if you are just practicing your lines and designs, go over to another piece of paper and practice your lines. So we have zigzag, straight line, dotted line, loop-de-loop, spirals. Then you can also do wavy. Maybe we can do a broken line like this. You can also practice your shapes. Circle, triangle, square, rectangle. You can get into fancier shapes if you want to, okay? You can always have this on the side of your paper as you're working so that you never really run out of ideas to add onto your mandala. I might just kind of leave that to the side like that so you can see how we do this. All right, now I'm going to choose a shape. Now, let's see, the first shape I might choose is maybe a triangle or the letter V. Now you can see where I am going to start. I have my guiding lines here and here. Now you guys see this? No worries. I'm going to change that later on. So sometimes mistakes that happen, we can turn into something else. So every mistake is an opportunity for change. So here I go. I'm going to start here where I see this guiding line, go up to this guiding line here, and back down over here. Now I'm going to turn my paper and do the same thing and repeat. So I'm going to start where this one ended, go up to my guiding line and down. Turning my paper, up to my guiding line and down. Turning my paper, and you can see I'm just repeating over and over and over, making sure that I have hit all of my guiding lines, okay? Now, you can even see here that mine aren't exactly the same, and that's okay, all right? Now, I want to put some shapes in the middle. Now here I might choose kind of a curved line. So I'm going to start maybe in the middle here of this one, go up to my guiding line, back down, turn it, try to figure out where this side is over here, and up to my guiding line and down. Up to my guiding line and down. And down. All right. Now you can start to see that as I turn it, it's starting to look very symmetrical, okay, or same on both sides, and that's what we really want. Later on, we'll go back and add in all kinds of details, like this one here. But for now, we just want to get the basic shapes going. Okay, now we can go over here to our reference page and choose a shape that we want. Now here, I might choose a circle. So for a circle, maybe I could just put circles on top of my other shapes. And I'm starting to layer on different shapes. I can even repeat that onto my other designs as well. And you can see I'm turning my paper, making sure I get everything done at the same time so that it becomes symmetrical and I don't forget that I've done this and oh, I didn't do this one over here. You can even do copycat lines. So repeating lines over and over. Just like that, okay? And now I'm gonna do some bigger shapes. And once I finish my bigger shapes, I can go back and add in all kinds of really fun details that are over here, okay? So the next thing I might do is maybe a circle or a half circle surrounding this shape, turn it around, and I have to remember where I started. So I started about the middle of this shape here. Here I go, about the middle. the middle. Here we go. You can start to see it's really starting to take shape. Now we want to stretch out our mandala and grow it until it reaches the end of the paper. Now let's see, what am I going to do next? I might go back over here and say, you know what, I really enjoyed doing the kind of letter V over here, so I might do the same. But I might start now in the middle of my circle. Here we go. Okay, now I have to remember to make it similar over here as well. So about the middle, up and down. Over here, about the middle, up and then down. About the middle, up and then down like this. Now I can stop here if I want to, or I can continue and stretch it all the way like my mandala has grown off the edge of the paper, kind of like this one right here, how it's kind of stretched and grown off the paper. Okay. You can also stop it here and use scissors to cut out the design, and you have a really cool kind of flower design. Or you can keep going. This time I might kind of match the shape here, which is kind of like a teardrop. Turning my paper, making sure that I make it similar on all sides. And here I might just do some lines out to the side rather than shapes. Some diagonal lines. Now, as you can see, it looks like my mandala has grown off to the edge of the paper. Now, here's where this guiding paper helps a lot, because now you can fill in all of these designs and shapes with different types of lines and designs. Okay, or you can stop here, add color, or leave it black and white. It is really your choice. You are the artist here. All right, first thing I might do is I really am drawn to this spiral. So I might do a spiral in the middle, all the way out until it stops. Now I might choose some dotted lines. So for dotted lines, you would just do some dotted lines like this. And you just want to make sure that you are repeating similar things on each shape. Okay, and let's see, now I might go back and add in maybe a circle here, and it's sometimes a little easier to turn your paper. Circle here, circle here. All right, so I'm going to take a moment and start filling it in and choosing some designs, and when I stop, we will see what it looks like. All right, here we go.